Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we will have a look at the setup with XAMPP. Also, if you like my content, maybe consider subscribing and liking this video to help me making more videos just like this one. Generally, there are two options to program in PHP. You can either use an IDE or you can use a PHP interpreter with a text editor. Basically, it's the same as an IDE but separated into programs and you have to manually set them up. But if you already know you want to use an IDE, you can actually skip this video because we will, as I said, cover XAMPP. IDEs are generally less beginner friendly because they are more cluttered and have more handy features that may be confusing in the beginning. But this setup in this video is recommended for beginners in my opinion. Also because it's free. So the first step would be that we go ahead and download the tools we need. Of course, you would need the PHP interpreter and the database, and basically XAMPP is exactly that. It's a program that combines PHP, Apache, and a MySQL database into one program. You may ask what all of those technologies are, but we'll cover that later on. For now, you will only need to know that XAMPP is a collection of tools. XAMPP is available for pretty much every platform, and we will exactly use the PHP version 7.4.7. So we're good to download that. But you may remember that I said that we will need a text editor. So let's go ahead and download that. I chose Visual Studio Code because it's the most flexible text editor. You will also be able to program in other languages like Python or C even. You can really do anything with it, and I really like it. You could also use something like Notepad++ or Sublime Text, but again, I chose Visual Studio Code. It's also available for pretty much every platform. So for Linux, you just want to download the file. It will be in a .run format, and you have to mark it as an executable by typing chmod +x and then typing the name or just pressing tab. And then you have to sudo /XAMPP and then so on. Type your password and then it should hopefully run the installer. Visual Studio is even more easy because you can either just download the .deb file for Ubuntu and install it via apt, or just run it over the Snap Store. Okay, so it's finished now, and then you can just click on finish and will automatically launch XAMPP. On Linux it's not really nice, but on Windows it's not either. And basically what you can do here, you can start and stop different services. So you can start the MySQL database, you can start the Apache web server, and that's really all we need. We don't need an FTP server. On my Linux machine, I couldn't start the MySQL and Apache server because I knew I already had a manual Apache and MySQL server installed. So what I did was I went into the console and typed servers / status all, and then you will have a list of all services. When I looked at it first, I would see that there was a plus in front of Apache 2. So what you can do is type servers Apache 2 stop, and then it will ask you for your sudo password. So type that in, and then it will stop the service, and you can go ahead and start this one. You can also change the port if you already have another web server running. You can change the port to something else, but port 80 should work fine if you don't have another web server running already. So now you can see that this web server is running, and I did the same for MySQL. But now you should already see that it should be able to start. To verify that it is working, we can go to a web browser and type localhost. And for me, this comes up. But if I press Ctrl F5 to reload the caches of the browser, it will display the correct site. If you're already confused, don't worry. If this is the first time you're doing something like this, it should be working fine. And if not, feel free to ask in the comments. So to further verify that everything is working, we can go to the top up here and click on phpMyAdmin, and it should take us to a website that looks something like this. And basically we already have a web page up and running. This is already a website. that is running on our PC. So just to clarify that, XAMPP is basically just creating a website on our PC that nobody else can access. That's why it's called localhost. It's nothing, it's basically, we could also download YouTube, and theoretically we could download YouTube and display it on our machine. So just to recap, XAMPP is a tool that allows us to run websites on our PC without the need to upload them to an online server. Let's have a look at how we would set up a project. And for that we have to find the installation path of our XAMPP or LAMP installation. For Linux it's called LAMP. And then we can find, if we scroll down a bit, we can find our htdocs folder. That's where our website will live. You can already see that we have a folder called dashboard here. And if we have a look back at our URL, we can see a /dashboard. That's because in this dashboard folder is this website. So we can basically just create our own folder here and build our website. So for me this is a bit unfortunate because I can't create folders in the location I've installed LAMP into. So that's maybe something you have to consider when installing LAMP, that you install it somewhere under your home, maybe under a programs folder where you can create folders. But basically you would just go ahead, create a folder in there, and then you can create your website in there. And that's something we will do in the next video. So that's a lot to take in, and I hope you understand everything I said so far. If you haven't, just feel free to ask in the comments, and till then, see you next time.